Hey guys, all right, we're gonna hop in and do your language for today. So you would have done your test yesterday. Most of you would have done your test yesterday, I'm sure. We have been talking about different parts of speech recently. I say we, like I've been teaching it to you, haha. But we've been talking about nouns, compound nouns, proper nouns, plural nouns, different kinds of nouns like that. So we are, now that you've taken your test, we are mostly done with nouns, but we're going to continue talking about parts of speech. And what we're talking about today is verbs. A verb, well, let's see. So you've learned that a noun is a word that names a person, a place, or a thing. And today you're learning about verbs. We've talked about verbs a little bit before. When it comes to verbs, a verb is something that you do. There's action involved. You are doing a verb right now. You are watching, you are listening, you are looking, you're breathing. You're doing a lot of verbs right now. A verb is something that you do. And a verb is usually found in the predicate part of a sentence. Remember that there are two parts to a sentence. You've got the subject, which is, I'm pausing because I'm hoping you'll fill in the blanks. Your subject is who or what the sentence is about, and your predicate is what's happening, what it's doing. So for example, look up here at the top where I have Wyatt and Lily swept the floor. You've got a subject part and you've got a predicate part. But first we want to separate the two. So I want you to either think in your brain or say out loud where you would separate the subject from the predicate in this first sentence. Wyatt and Lily swept the floor. We're going to separate them right here. So which part on either side of this line, which part is your subject? Who or what is it about? That would be Wyatt and Lily. Now, Wyatt and Lily are the ones who are doing the thing. And what is the thing that Wyatt and Lily are doing? Or what they did? Wyatt and Lily swept. Floor is not something you can do. You cannot show me how to floor, but you can show me that you have swept. Swept being the past tense, already happened word for sweep. Swept, you can show me that you've done that. Look at the second sentence here then. The book fell off of the shelf. Where are you going to separate the subject from the predicate? The book fell off of the shelf. Right there. The book fell off of the shelf. So which part of this sentence shows the subject and which part of the sentence shows your predicate? The book is your subject. Your book is who or what is doing the thing. And what is the thing that's happening in this sentence? The book did what? The book fell off of the shelf. You could underline the whole sentence too if you wanted. That would be the complete predicate. But what you see here is these are the verbs, swept and fell. Now, we've talked briefly before about past, present, and future tense when things are happening. So past tense, swept. Present tense, if it's happening now, you are sweeping. Future tense, past, present, and future, you will sweep. That stuff we'll get into more, but you know that I like to talk to you guys about stuff ahead of time so that you're not totally thrown off when we get there. But swept and fell. Those are the predicate parts of your sentence. Every sentence has to have a verb. Every sentence has to have a subject. Every sentence has to have a predicate. And so some actions, for example, verbs are actions. Some actions include things like hop, help, sing, teach, smile. Those are all examples. And way down here in the corner. Those are all examples of verbs or things that could be in the predicate part of a sentence. So take a look now. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, well, no, we'll leave that. Look at these words here. I've got 10 words. Some of these are verbs and some of these are not. So I'm going to give you a second to go through, and I want you to say out loud, even if you're just going to whisper, I want you to say out loud which of these words you think are verbs. We have whistle, jump, school, kneel, drive, crayon, climb, whisper, eat, stand. Which of those words are verbs? Be thinking to yourself, what of these words can you do? Or maybe not that you can do, but that someone could do. So, I know for sure something that can be done, an action, is whistle. Not everybody can whistle. It's kind of hard to do, but whistle is still something that can be done. You can show me how to whistle. Jump is another verb. Jump is something that can be done. It is an action. School is not a verb. In fact, school is a what? I hope you said that it's a noun. School is a noun because it is a place. Yep, so school is not a verb. It is in fact a noun. I am doing this right now. If you're going to kneel, that's what I'm doing. I'm down here on my knees. I'm kneeling. Kneel is something you can do. It's an action. It can be done. Along with drive. Climb, down here, is a verb. Crayon is not a verb. Crayon is a noun because it is a thing. You cannot crayon. You cannot show me how to crayon. You can show me a crayon, but it's not something that you can do. It's not an action. And as I'm sure you've already figured out, the rest of these are verbs. Whistle, jump, kneel, drive, climb, whisper, eat, stand. School and crayon are not nouns. Excuse me. They are nouns. They are not verbs. Okay, so you're going to turn, after you're done with this video, you're going to turn into your language book and you're going to be on page 82. Looking at the top of your page, it says a verb is a word that usually shows action. Every sentence must have a verb. They give you 6 sentences there and they've underlined twice the verb. The bird flew. Jesus hears my prayers. The boy runs. Aubrey jumped. Samuel ate lunch. I obey my parents. Do you obey your parents? The answer better be yes. So you're going to go through and you're going to do think A, remember B, and think C. Think A just says circle each action verb below. Think to yourself, is this something you can do? Some of these words in here are going to be, actually, they're going to be adjectives, which are words that describe something, or there's going to be adverbs, which tells you how a verb is done. For example, I'll give you an answer. And think A, In the second row, the first word is quickly. Quickly describes how you do the verb. So if you're going to jump quickly, which of those words is your verb? Jump shows what you do. Quickly is how it's done. So quickly is not a verb. So you're not going to circle that word. Okay. On remember B, it says to draw a line between the subject and predicate parts of the sentence. That's what we did up here. Okay. It says remember because this is something that you guys already know how to do. Okay. And that's all you're doing. Draw a line between subject and predicate. You can underline the subject once and the predicate twice if you'd like to. It's not what the directions say, but it's nothing wrong with extra practice. And then on the bottom, think C says write as many action verbs as you can. The question is, can you fill all the lines? I want you to think about what you can do right where you're at. Maybe you're at the kitchen table. Maybe you're in your bedroom or down in the basement. I don't know where you are. But what are some things that you can do, some actions you can show? What are some action verbs that you can think of and write them on those lines? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's 14 lines. Some of you I know will definitely be able to come up with a whole lot more than 14. And you can go ahead and do whatever you want to. I want you to think when we're done with this lesson, as you go throughout the rest of your day, how many verbs are you going to notice that you are doing or that others are doing around you? Once you know what a verb is, it's kind of hard to, it's really easy, I guess I should say, it's really easy to see verbs happening all around you with what you're doing, what others are doing. Okay, if you have questions about what you're doing on page 82, if your parents are available, ask them. If they don't have any idea, then, like I've said, they can always send me or Mrs. R an email or call or text or anything like that, okay? That's what we're here for. Alrighty, guys. See you later.